So they have barricaded the area by Gordon Park. They're preventing people from going over there to check on the protesters. They have dropped a tear gas. They're dropping a tear gas bomb. It's windy out, so it's carrying extra far. But yeah, Gordon Parks is on fire. And Minneapolis Police, St. Paul Police, the police force is entirely behind this. They're targeting communities, targeting areas, targeting resources that are viable to the people of these communities. Like, nobody is leading these organizations. There is no organization behind this, is what I'm trying to say. Forgive me, I am not as articulate as usual, given the circumstances. Yeah. Oh, great. And so I am out here trying to keep people safe. But I can't do that if I can't even get to where folks are. We are in St. Paul, Minnesota. Live feeds have been reported of being interrupted. They have police trucks or fire trucks coming, but they're nowhere near where the actual fires are. They also have, like, there are police, like, right in the area where looters are. Nobody is stopping the looters. They aren't engaging with looters. They aren't using force to subdue. Yeah, they're not using force to subdue looters. They are doing it exclusively to protesters, to people trying to bring resources, to people trying to help the folks that are out there. They are not targeting looters. We walked past, dozens of businesses that were being looted. Okay, now we have an organization out here, but they're just now getting out here. Here, I'll even turn it around and show you guys. There is an actual organization that has finally showed up, but everything else that has happened is not in affiliation with anybody else. Like, it's all been, just one sole person, one individual person. It hasn't been any organizations. Many of them have come out to be undercover police officers. They are using, again, do not allow them to tell you that they are using lethal force to subdue looters. They are not doing this to the people who are actually perpetuating crime. They are only doing this to the people. They are targeting the people who are demonstrating. We walked past businesses, looters running in and out of stores. Police are literally sitting right there watching them do this shit. They are not stopping it. So if they are using lethal force tonight, they are doing exclusively to the demonstrators, to the protesters, and do not let them tell you anything different. So they are barricading people in. They're literally fucking forcing us into. Yep.
We gotta go.
Where can we go? How the fuck can we even get out of here?
We might have to go. Oh, fuck.
We literally can't even fucking.
This is a main street, though. Like a very, very, very main street. If we can just get to it, I think this is just an ambulance. I think we're gonna be okay.
They are barricading folks in. They are blocking exits in the street. They are stopping people from leaving. They are blocking people in. They are gassing them. They're gassing folks and blocking them in. We heard rubber bullets being shot, but we were too far away, and we can't get out there. Can't get into it, can't get towards people, can't get people out of the situations. The this is, Lord forgive me, I don't even want to say it. Dear God, please don't let this become a massacre. They are trapping people in this area. I am going to do my best to safely get out of here.
That's all right.
But this is not safe. And they are intentionally making it worse. They incited it, and they are escalating it. And they are trapping people inside of it so that they can't run away from it.
Like, literally, anybody who can listen to my voice, we've just tried to leave the area, and there was tear gas. Literally, I could feel it in my lungs.
And we took a back road. Like, we purposely took a back road so that we wouldn't even, like, to try and get away from the violence. And it was still, yeah, cop cars driving down there to... So, pray for people out here. Really pray for people out here. I am in St. Paul, the Midway.
No, we're not in the Midway anymore.
Well, that's where the action is happening. That's where people need to be concerned about. That's probably a fire truck that I mean mugged earlier, but is what it is.
You can even feel in your lungs.
Yep.
The air change.
And also, okay, so we have successfully, I think, gotten away from the brunt of it, and I'm going to show you guys how far the smoke is carried. We are now near St. Anthony, and it is like you can still see the smoke from down here.
It's not that busy. Coming from like
Thank
Grand,
you.
like it's not that busy.
I don't know why this got so bright.
University.
I don't know how I got this
Like,
to be
go
brighter. Did I
around.
do that? Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, don't go on university. Just not even go there.
Yeah. This is dangerous. This is really dangerous. This is your president. This is y'all president. This y'all country.
Basically,
This that y'all love, right? Y'all king is a man who will allow the military to use lethal force on a family, on children, on civilians, to use tactics that have been outlawed by the UN and other major warfare on civilians, on people who weren't even a part of it, on people who were just living in the neighborhood. So, fun stuff. I heard from somebody else that was out there that earlier in the night, police were throwing rocks, undercover cops were throwing rocks, all kinds of stuff. Don't let them, because you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna take it to media, they're gonna be like, we had to use this force to subdue those wild Negroes. And actually, no, they weren't. They didn't touch us. Like, the people who were wilding, they didn't touch them, you know? It's not like they're not actually doing anything to stop the violence. They're perpetuating it on unarmed, peaceful protesters. I am tired. Now I am tired, but I'm still ready and able. I'm just also a little sleepy because I did a lot of running. I wouldn't go. They opened They opened Goodwill that has been closed for months due to COVID. And when I first arrived, it looked like there were civilians inside of Goodwill. But the police were standing right outside of Goodwill, gassing the peaceful demonstrators while people were literally inside of Goodwill. So their priority is not the crime. Their priority is not to contain the crowd. They're targeting demonstrators. It's not, don't let them tell you anything other than that. They have found a loophole to justify their violence by inciting violence as undercover cops and pretending that it is us, which they have done historically. That's what they do. So I'm gonna get off here because, as everybody knows, I have a lot more work to do. I gotta do stuff because, you know, white people don't like doing their jobs. That's all. So again, for the folks who are wondering how to support people at home, ensure that you are letting people know that police are not using this force to stop or subdue looters or thieves or anyone out here that is breaking the law. They are targeting demonstrators. They are targeting peaceful protesters. They are targeting civilians, not criminals, civilians. I'm gonna get off. And I love you guys too.
Smoke.
They have gassed the crowd again. There are parents out with children just peacefully demonstrating, and they are gassing peaceful crowds. Yeah, they're gassing children out here. They're actually gassing kids, not looters, not criminals, not thieves, children and families who came out to support justice for George Floyd. There is so much smoke around.
It's so gross, but it helps.
There is smoke absolutely everywhere.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
We didn't do anything.
Nope, you didn't do nothing.
They
This is a
I
setup.
just got scared for no reason.
This is a setup.
they opened gas. The crowd did not provoke them. The first time someone threw a gallon of milk, and they ran away, so I'm assuming they were aggravators and not part of the protest. Also, gallon of milk for resources is things that protesters and any person that came out to demonstrate would never fucking throw, because we know that we need that for when we get gassed. The second time, nobody provoked them, and they gassed it. The fire is still going. The fire truck came and went the opposite direction, did not go towards Gordon Park. And now we are far away enough from the action, waiting for the gas to decimate. While you guys are doing this, please, again, I'm going to keep pushing for that narrative. When it makes it to the news, they will try to say that, you know, people were looting and rioting and the police are just doing their job. And it's the same thing that when they kill us, they tell them that the cops were just doing their job. Yeah, Shorty is tweaking. I don't know why you would have a child. Like, this is dangerous as hell. Like, fine if you were going to be like, I'm mad. I wish we could, because none of us have weapons. We are all unarmed people. I love y'all too. I love you, Glow. We threw, yeah, yep. Yeah. When they kill people, they tell police, or they tell us that the police were just doing their job, and they're gonna do the same thing in this action, and it's not true. They are spraying unarmed people, not the people breaking the law, not the people running in and out of stores, people standing in front of them, not doing anything, unarmed. National Guard is here.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. They did that on purpose. They literally did that on purpose. Whatever they are doing, they are going to try and use this as a means to justify whatever grotesque violence they have planned. And they are blocking people from even getting close enough to where the people who are most vulnerable to the violence is, so that we can't record it, so that we can't do anything. And they have helicopters circling. They have been having helicopters circle. Previously they had, last night in Minneapolis they had drones flying, probably taking pictures of folks. We know how they do. This is not our first time at the rodeo. And so now we are waiting. We're waiting for things to calm down before we attempt to go back over there again. Because, yeah, we have time. We have time today. There are families just walking, though. Like, families just out and about walking that live in St. Paul, who are being affected by the tear gas, who have absolutely nothing to do with anything that's happening right now, and they are also being affected because the police are being careless and the aggressive and senseless force that they are using, just how they do when they kill us in the street.
Hey, y'all know what the precinct is?
The precinct? That's in Minneapolis.
That shit is on fire. That's what I heard.
Which one?
I don't know. I don't know what the precinct is.
It's their station.
Oh, well, we already knew that one.
But there's one in South Minneapolis, there's one in North Minneapolis.
Probably all of them.
Probably not that.
Probably, if one of them's on fire, one of them's on fire. We just don't know which one.
If anybody can verify if one of the Minneapolis precincts are on fire, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm gonna keep streaming. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep streaming.
I don't think there's anything.
The one that's over south, okay.
Driving in the cars up there.
Alright.
Hey, thank you guys so much.
No problem. You too.
You too.
Thanks for coming. Ew, I can taste the milk. I fucking hate milk. Okay. Thanks, cuz also I hope you're being safe. Oh my. Fantastic. So the National Guard has arrived. So we will see what's to come of it. The police here are the precinct, so yeah. So we're waiting to see what is going to come of that. Then with this coronavirus, like, what if people are gonna wake up? What if somebody got sick and they're not gonna know the difference between, like, the coughing of the aftermath of the tear gas or the fucking...
Exactly. Or we're so fucking close together. And we can't fucking wear a mask because of tear gas. Like,
But everything's fine because Susie and Sam can get their haircuts again. helicopters are flying over. The smoke is kind of dying down, but it is still very, very present. I love you, Lauren. Thank you, everyone. Ways that you can support from home is by telling as many people as possible, not just like people that you know here, but people everywhere, like hitting your family up out of state, hitting your friends up out
Do you hear that?
anywhere. What?
Do you hear that?
Yep, they're popping. So that's either more tear gas or rubber bullets. That might have been a... Oh, fuck. Yeah, but hitting up everyone that you know, in-state and out-of-state, and let them know that they are not using this force to contain looters. They are letting looters walk straight past them with cartfuls of stolen goods. They are not touching the looters. They are using this lethal and aggressive, well, not lethal force yet. I'm in St. Paul, and that is as much as I will tell people. They're not using these tactics and this force on looters. They are using it on peaceful, unarmed protesters and demonstrators, as they have always done. And there are pops happening. It could be anything. That happened in rounds, so I feel like those were bullets. I think they're shooting rubber bullets. And to be quite honest, the smoke out here is so thick, it's hard to even see it. It's hard to see the sky. So like I can hear aircrafts above me, but I can't see them. It is very hard for them to see. Yeah, tonight's not gonna go well here or in Minneapolis. It's just not. So the viewers at home, it is up to you. You will be charged with the task of ensuring that everybody knows the police are not using this force against looters, against people who are breaking the law. They are using the force against black and brown bodies. They are targeting black bodies. And they're letting looters and criminals and thieves walk straight past them. They're actually sitting there in their cars watching them steal out of the stores and opening tear gas on peaceful, unarmed protesters. They have started these riots, and it is what it is. Tonight's not gonna go well. We all know that. And if you are someone... Yep, yeah. National Guard has arrived already, guys. And oh, fuck me. One second. Yeah. I didn't hear of any organizations out here protecting youth or things like that. So I came out here because I knew that there would be youthful people sacrificing our safety and well-being, and I wasn't going to let them do that alone. So here I am. Somebody is going to at least be able to witness and say, hey, actually, they maced a group of children. True story. I saw it. Fun fact about tear gas is that if you are wearing a mask and you come in contact with it, it's gonna trap the tear gas inside of your mask. And that feels as unpleasant as it sounds. To the person, Lillian, what's happening is